Legendary Tamil actor and television producer Kutti Padmini has now alleged that rampant sexual harassment exists in the Tamil television industry as well. She also made a shocking revelation that the continued harassment may have driven several women to die by suicide. Padmini also added that not only directors, even technicians demand sexual favors from women artists, and many women are forced to keep quiet because of lack of evidence. The other reason, said Padmini, is of course that the actress is kind of dependent on her earnings from the industry, so the need is basically economic, and that's why they keep quiet. Even if a complaint is raised, said Padmini, often no headway is made during the investigations of allegations in Tamil cinema, and instead there are only attempts to bury the matter. And to speak more on the issue, I am so thrilled to be joined by the legend herself, an actor who started off as a child artist in Tamil cinema, rose to win several awards, worked with all the top actors, and is also the first producer in the history of Tamil Nadu Doordarshan to start producing television serials. Today, she runs a very, very successful YouTube channel and is somebody who is an encyclopedia when it comes to Tamil cinema. My favorite, and I think great respect for her because she is totally a cinema person. Kutty Padmini ma'am, welcome to the show. So happy to have you here.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much.
Your comment about Tamil film industry, we'll go to that, but let's begin with this. Did the Hema Committee report, which it came out, it's a redacted report, it's not the full report, ma'am. But then the thing is that, did it shock you at first when you saw it, thinking, my God, what is going on?
No, not at all. I am born and brought up in this industry.
Yes.
I know how it functions and how favors are done and how women have been always suppressed, how women have been used as a flesh trade here. It's very sorry to say this. But I'm very happy that Hema Commission has taken it up. And I only wish that if these artists can be taken to task, not only artists, whoever has done it, because I feel very strong that women who have dreams to be something very big in industry, let it be not only on the silver screen, they can be behind the screen also. Every woman should have her own dream to achieve. So they cannot keep it as a scapegoat and force them. No means it's no only. So they should not, because of that, ban them from the industry, not give them the card to work in the industry, and make them blackmail them and make them frightened. I think is wrong.
Right. Also, ma'am, the thing is that entire AMA, which was headed by Mohanlal, great actor, we all love the way he acts, but then they all resigned. There was complete silence from AMA throughout when the Hema Committee report came. And then they said, all right, we are going to now step down, because two of their members were also allegedly involved in this. One was of course Siddiq and the other Edewala Babu. They found that they were also involved in this, and there are allegations, and the special investigation team in Kerala is taking cognizance of the matter. But what about the silence? Why is it
It's
that
very
not?
wrong.
Huh?
You're right. It's very wrong. They shouldn't have resigned. They should have stood up for the women, because there is women in their family also. They should have stood up. But recently I heard that there was 1,000 things. One big cake was cut, saying that I've achieved, having fun with 1,000 women or whatever it is. Some actor was telling that. So I'm not sure about it. But then, it's very, very sad that artists are not standing. The actors has to stand by that. I really appreciate Prithviraj and Tavino Thomas for coming forward to support, and my full appreciation for Parvati, who has stood by this.
And also Revati, yesterday I interviewed her, Revati Asha. She's the
Yeah,
founder.
Revati, yes, yes, yes. Tamil also, Urvasi also.
Urvashi also.
Urvasi,
Yeah, yeah,
very well
yeah.
spoken.
But let's now, the thing is that the government first delayed it by 5 years, ma'am. And then it came out, and then they said, okay, we will form something. They took their own sweet time, Kutti Padmini, ma'am. And everyone says that, listen, why don't you understand? the industry is controlled by this mafia mob of powerful men. They are directors, technicians, camera persons, financiers, producers. So the government is also taking it easy. Don't think that they will jump at it. Do you think there is a nexus, Kutty Padmini ma'am?
I don't think about the access, but collecting evidence is very difficult in this. It's very, very difficult to see how do you give evidences in this. And you're complaining against big people,
Right.
who are very close to the ministry or who are very close to all the top people. So maybe committee took its own time whether, they can really put down all the names. But even the names now has come as very less. It's hardly 2%.
Okay. Okay.
According to me, it's hardly 2%.
Huh.
There is much more to it, right?
Right. Okay. But do you think you have hope that something will come out of it? You are right. You know, even the investigation team is saying this is like opening a web. He said this about trace it back that year, this location, etc., etc. But do you have hope at least that some change will come about after this, because a new Amma will be formed now, there will be elections. They are saying that maybe Prithviraj Sukumaran may head it and other people will be added to it. But do you think the basic change where you respect a woman, listen, you do not have to take me for a role if I am not suitable. But don't expect me to give you favors and then get into the film. No, don't make it so tough
No,
on me.
after giving favors also, they don't get roles.
Oh,
The
okay.
girls who have come forward to complain in many places is who have favored, who has been not only favoring one person, they have favored 5, 6 people in that and still haven't got one single role. Sri Reddy had to do this for a very long time, but she never got a role. Very unfortunate. But definitely this Hema Commission is bringing, as you said, ripples. And there is a kind of a small, cold shiver in every person. So definitely they'll be extra careful before approaching. They'll think twice at least.
You know, you
And
named
they,
Sri, yeah, you named Sri Reddy, ma'am. There is also Chinmaya Sripada, who's a very, very,
yes,
yeah, she spoke about Vairamuthu sir, who was one of the biggest lyricists, you know, after many others like Kannadasan and Vali in Tamil Nadu, you know, in Tamil cinema. But what happened? My Kutty Padmini ma'am, he continues to get films, he continues to get awards. The community, the industry, the industry that you belong to, after all, you were also heading, you know, the Nadigar Sangam at one time. We saw how much you would do for those who are retired, people who are lonely, who are ill. I have seen that, you know, with my own eyes, the kind of help you gave. But let's come to Sripada. Chinmay may not be getting, you know, she's criticized, she's trolled, she's called names. Oh, it took you so
no,
many
she
years to
was
come.
banned. She was
Yeah.
banned for giving a complaint,
Huh.
which is very unfortunate. How can you put sand in her food? They banned her from speaking dubbing or singing. She hasn't worked for 5, 6 years now.
So
And
that's what.
even now, they are not calling back that ban. Even now, after so much Hema Commission has come, at least they should take that ban back from her name, no?
Right. So see, nothing comes out of it because it's men. Now, let me come to Tamil cinema. You are someone who's grown up with Shivaji Ganeshan. You call her, still, you know, in your interviews, you say Shivaji uncle. You worked with MGR, you worked with Kamal Hassan, who was your peer, also worked with Rajnikant, and I can go on and on and on and on. When you were adolescent, as a child, you didn't know anything because you were jumping from one studio to the other. But when you were
No,
growing
no.
up,
No, no, you're wrong. At the age of 10, my mother fortunately taught me good touch, bad touch.
okay,
I did get in one of the very big producers' compound. I was actually touched in the wrong place. I immediately went and told my mother, Mama, Mama, this uncle did this to me. Then immediately my mother confronted and I was thrown out of that film. 75% of that film was over and they threw me out and then somebody else acted in that film. So, but then my mother was strong. So she didn't worry about it. But I cried for a long time because I wanted that role. So,
okay. Yeah, but then
so
you,
as a child,
yeah.
I was aware of all this.
But did your mother, who was, of course, you know, a hairdresser and a very accomplished actress in her own right, did she get support from the industry that, look, what has happened to Kutty is something that can happen to all of us? Did the other women speak out, Kutty Padmini ma'am?
No way, never.
Okay, all right.
Those days, they were very scared. Those
Okay,
days, they used to say, leave it, Akka, it's okay, leave it, Akka, it's like that. At least now, people are coming for. Media is there to support them. One small thing, then media, really makes it very big. So at least that is there. But earlier that was also not there.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about, that a lot of women, that is Sharada Ma, I'm sorry to say, I'm a great fan, but she said, it is all because these girls wear short clothes, they are like this. I mean, you are the mother of daughters only, and you've often spoken about why do we keep criticizing women? We are all women at the end of the day. Do you think that this kind of a thing, Kutty Padmini ma'am, that it didn't happen with me, how come it happened with you? Does that even hold true?
No, it doesn't hold true. But one thing I can tell you, see, especially I can tell you about the television industry. Today, the girls who are coming in for acting in television industry, those days when we used to produce serials, they were not even touching, hugging, kissing. It was a very, very, decent profession. But now there are too many close scenes which is not required. Television is a home watching program. You don't have to hug, you don't have to mooch, you don't have to, do so many things in the television. But it's all there in television now. But these girls also sometimes, because of the popularity, because of the money they are getting, they also yield to the pressure of, going around with people, which is also wrong, isn't it? You can't only blame the men. Well, if they are asking, why don't you put your foot down and say, no, not possible.
That even in the television industry, it's very rampant, Kutty Padmini ma'am. Is that right?
Yes, yes, I know that.
Okay.
And when I refused to oblige a particular channel in Tamil, after producing and after investing on a historical serial for 50 lakhs, and when they wanted me to, I was called to the one radio room pub. I never go to pub or I don't drink. So, but still I went to see what he wanted. And when that programming head wanted me to get that heroine, I said, no, it is not possible. I'm mother of 3 daughters. I'm here to work. Anything on my work, you tell me. I can't do this. Then within 2 days, they didn't even reply, but they started the shooting with some other producer.
Great that you
So I
took
lost
that.
50 lakhs.
Lovely that you took that stand. Kutty Padmini ma'am, before I let you go, do you think a change will come? Will there be a day when these things stop in the industry which does such marvelous work, whether Malayalam, Tamil, whatever?
Yes, if the law is strict, like the POCSO, what they're putting for
Yes.
the child abuse and
Huh.
things, the law becomes strict, then everybody will at least 50% you can curtail. I won't say 100%, but 50% can definitely will get curtailed in this.
On that note, Kutty Padmini ma'am, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. There you had it, a legend, Kutty Padmini ma'am, speaking
Thank you.
about what really came about during the Hema Commission report and also the repercussions in the Tamil film industry.